PWCC is a great way to sell your sports cards. If you're looking for a way to support the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel, consider using the promo code CAJUN, all caps, CAJUN, when you're selling your cards on the PWCC marketplace. Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. We're doing the PWCC weekly auction recap from last night, January 7th. It was weekly auction number 103. We're going to look at the top 48 cards. We're going to look at about 18 of these cards in Card Ladder. Look at the pricing history, look at the recent comps, see what the card's doing up or down. Maybe we can draw some conclusions regarding what's going on with basketball cards after a really impressive showing this week. Stay tuned till the end. I will warn you, and this is not, I'm pretty excited. I was in my car and I drank my energy drink, and I was on my way to the gym. I like to go to the gym, then I like to come to the office, and then kind of that's how my day starts. And I'll be honest with you, I drank a pre-workout and I drove right past the gym because I couldn't wait to get here because I won some cards in this PWCC weekly auction. So I was really excited to look at those and put that into my spreadsheets and kind of look at where I got them on price and stuff like that. But I was also really excited about doing this PWCC weekly auction recap for a few reasons. Number one, so to get to the point, I might talk faster than normal because I pumped myself full of some serious pre-workout stuff and didn't work out. So this is my workout. I'm going to work out my vocal cords in my big mouth on this video today. I was really excited to look because Acquire, I don't know if you guys are familiar, Jesse, who used to be at PWCC, has, along with Brock, another former PWCC employee, they have an intermediary, a card brokerage company, whatever you want to call it, a middleman. It's a company that it's just Brock and Jesse, to the best of my knowledge, and they put buyers in touch with sellers, right? We know there's a couple of them out there. Empire State does it. Wharf does it. It's basically a middleman, a card broker who puts buyers and sellers together, which I think is a great asset to the hobby, especially some of the ones I've named who do a really good job that I've worked with in the past, and Acquire is one of them. And it's Acquire with no E on the end for whatever reason. I guess it makes them seem smarter. Anyway, there was an Acquire filter. PWCC has started to add these filters into their weekly auction, and you can't see it when we scroll through here and start looking at these cards. You're not going to be able to see it, but they've started adding these filters over there, like special filters in each of their weekly auctions and even in some of their premier auctions. And there was an Acquire filter. Well, Acquire has come into possession of a whole bunch of really unique high-grade Jordan cards, and so this weekly auction number 103 really appealed to me. I clicked that Acquire filter when I started looking at these cards midweek last week, and I was like, oh, I better make sure I have some money in the PWCC account because I'm going to go after a bunch of these cards. And sure enough, I won a bunch of them, and I was real happy with, happy to pay the price that I paid, but really happy to add the cards into my collection. But what that's leading me to is, I'm letting you know now, the plan is on February 18th, there are going to be MJ hierarchy filters, Cajun Cardboard's MJ hierarchy filters, and there's also going to be a Cajun Cardboard collection filter with my specific cards for sale that have been acquired in the past or in the cross-country collection on this particular channel. So for those of you that watch my channel regularly and you see these cards I'm sending off to PSA or BGS and I'm getting the cards back, some of them I'm selling to private buyers, some of them are pre-sold before they even come back, some of them I'm listing for sale on the videos. I've agreed with PWCC. They're going to do a filter on the weekly auction that ends on February 18th. Don't hold me to this, but this is 99% certain going to happen. And so you will see, Cajun Cardboard Hierarchy Tier 1 and 2 cards, Cajun Cardboard Hierarchy Tier 3 and 4 cards, and then you will see, and that's anybody who submits Jordan cards that fall into the Cajun Cardboard Hierarchy that I created. And then you're going to see a third filter that's going to be Cajun Cardboard Collection or something like that. It's going to be specifically just my cards that I'm moving. It's going to be baby cards that are going to sell for $12. It's going to be, some cards that sell for 4, possibly 5 figures. Now, if you're asking the question, wait, you told me Cajun Eternity. You told me you're trying to grow your collection. All of the cards that you see in those hierarchy filters, those are not my cards. Those are not going to be my cards. Those are going to be cards that other people submit. It's just adding exposure to the Cajun Cardboard Hierarchy project. The ones that you see in the Cajun cardboard filter, those are going to be my cards, but they're either duplicates or they're lower grades, or they're cards that I don't necessarily collect, foreign cards, stuff like that. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is not me liquidating my Jordan collection. Remember, I only move in one direction with the Jordan collection, and that is upward, more. Yes, adding cards, filling in blanks. I don't sell unique cards in my Jordan collection that I only have one copy of. I just don't do it. So keep that in mind. Look forward to that. Put that on your calendar. For those of you guys who are constantly messaging me and happy to receive the messages about cards that you'll see in a cross-country collection digging for gold video, a cross-country collection PSA submission video, a cross-country collection grade reveal video, which I'm just now starting. I got 150 Jordans back that should come in this week. So you'll see a lot more PSA grade reveal videos as PSA starts to churn out these grades. And if you're messaging me about, is this for sale, is that for sale, I'd like dibs on that, I'd like dibs on that. I don't do dibs, except in very, very rare situations for very special friends of mine. But some of those cards that ordinarily I would sell on my channel on a YouTube slab sale video, those cards are going to be shipped up to Oregon, and then PWCC is going to put those in whatever that weekly auction number is that ends on February 18th. So put that date on your calendar. It will be a Sunday night. I'm also scheduled to do a live stream of that particular auction, which is going to be interesting because I've only done like 3 or 4 live streams in my life, but that will be one that I'm going to do. All right, let's and more about that in the coming month before that auction ends. So to get things cranking, again, I want to apologize. This auction, because of Jesse and the cards that Acquire has put into here in that filter, this top 50 is going to be very heavily Jordan weighted. So I know some of you like that, some of you don't like that, but it is what it is. I call it like I see it. But let's start at the bottom. Card number 48 is a mislabeled card, and PSA got it wrong. PWCC got it wrong. This is not the sensational signatures, Luka Doncic rookie card. This is the actual rookie signatures. So it's the armpit card. It should say rookie signatures, not sensational signatures. It sold for $1,590 in a PSA 10. Again, Prism sticker auto, that's all you get. That's a pop 255 rookie signatures auto. That's the card, right? That's what it should say. Up here in the top, you'll see rookie signatures. For whatever reason, it said sensational. There is a sensational signatures, but this ain't it. But as you can see over the last year, the Doncic card's just massively down. If we shorten the window, though, I think people have kind of come to their senses. Again, this was not a good sale last night for $1,800. The prior sale was $2,275, which was the highest from the last 6 months. So we went from the highest of the last 6 months to damn near the lowest in the last 6 months. So who the hell knows what's going on with Luka's market? All he does is average 35 points and almost average a triple-double every single night. We got 2 Trae Young cards that sold. The 2018 Flawless, serial number to 15, patch auto, 1,590 in a BGS 9 slab, and then a really good looking auto only. A lot of people, when they think of Flawless, they think of RPAs. They don't necessarily think of just the A's, right? But this is just the autograph, but it's the gold parallel, serial number to 10, 1,620 for that one. Again, the world loves to bash Trae Young. And the world likes to revisit that, the Hawks could have drafted Doncic and kept him instead of trading for Trae Young. Trae Young is really good. Little people don't win titles. They just don't do it. Isaiah Thomas is the only player in history to be the alpha and win a title as a little person. Go do your research. No, Steph Curry's not little. He's 6'4", 200 pounds like I am. And Trae Young is a freaking munchkin. In other words, Steph Curry could go put Trae Young in the post. So Trae Young is real. It almost looks like he's doing the ice tray, the ice water in the veins thing in this picture on this card. But that's a great looking card. BGS 9.5 does 1,620. That's a pop 1 in that grade. All right, let's keep moving. I missed on this. I needed this one. I have the other Panini sticker foil that we're about to look at in just a second in PSA 10. But this is the sticker number 20 where he's holding the MVP trophy. Most people don't know about this foil sticker. They know about the other. This one is even lower population. It's only 12 PSA 10s out there, and I'm almost kicking myself that I didn't chase this thing harder. This is sticker number 20 from 1992 Panini, 1,620, and it's not in the database, so I've looked it up, and here you go. That is the most it's sold for since 2021, of course, when the market was peaking. So 1,620. Like I said, there's only 12 of them out there. You don't have a lot of data to go with, but that is about $180 higher than the last sale in July of 2022. So take it for what it is. This is a card that's just got a lot of stuff going on. There's just a lot going on. You got the mosaic pattern in the background. It's a sticker auto. It's a bunch of different colors. It's black, it's purple, it's yellow, it's white. The one good thing it does have going for it is that it's Tyrese Halliburton, and the other good thing is that it's a PSA 10. But this one sells for $1,650, and it is a serial number 2 arbitrary 8 card. Next to it, we got the Space Jam Jambalaya. This is an employee exclusive LeBron card. It is a PSA 10, and it sold for $1,710. Only a pop 3. Pretty rare card. These were given out to Upper Deck employees. Some of you guys may be familiar with that. Upper Deck has done that for decades now. Yes, decades, where they've given out cards to employees that they don't go out to the public. And then those employees, of course, what are they going to do? It's like a Christmas bonus. They're just going to take those cards and sell them or give them away. So this 2023 Space Jam LeBron Jambalaya is a really good looking card, I'll be honest with you. $1,710 for that employee exclusive. Working our way, whoopsie, sorry about that. I accidentally clicked it. Working our way up, we're going to get to a Steph Curry patch auto from National Treasures. This is the 2014 serial number to 35. Kind of a boring patch, a teeny tiny little signature, $1,710. And then a very confusing it looks like a normal size card, but maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know anything about Panini Instant. Every time I see Panini Instant, I turn it off and move along because that's really nothing I'm interested in. But this is a Panini Instant Logo Man, Paolo Banchero, rookie patch, 1 of 1, no auto, but a patch, $1,800. It's a PSA 10, but it looks like it's in that opaque, oversized slab, and I'm not really sure. Unless the card's tiny and the slab's normal size, it looks to me like the card is in the middle of a gigantic slab for some reason. I'm not sure why. Somebody surely who either won the card or knows something about the card can tell us in the comments what the hell is going on right here. So somebody explain what we're looking at here. We got a blue John Morant rated rookie signatures optic. Those blues were serial number to 49. This is a Gem Plus copy, and it goes for $1,830. The first card that I won, and I am absolutely thrilled about this because it's a Glenn Robinson Ghost card. No, I'm thrilled about it because it's a Michael Jordan card. It's a Tier 2 card from the hierarchy, and it's a PSA 8, and I love my price point. One of the beautiful things, and the reason I love to buy on PWCC, is the card's already in my vault. As soon as I finish this video, I'm going to do a mail day video, and I'm going to show you guys all the cards that I won in this PWCC weekly auction number 103. Why? Because they're not flying through the mail. They're not being stuffed into envelopes or bubble mailers or boxes and sent all across the country in FedEx or UPS or USPS, even worse. They're actually already in my vault. So I've got all of these images front and back, high def. Let's look at the card. 1996 Ultra Platinum Medallion. This is the base card, the P16, PSA 8. Here we go. We've got it pulled up. $1,980 was my price. Ignore the card below it. That's a different card. That's the Step It Up card, the card number P280. The last time this card sold, it sold for $2,050. The sale before that was $1,775. The sale before that was $2,500. And then you got to go all the way back to right here. 2022, $2,600, $2,500, $2,800, $2,000, $2,000, $2,275. So you get the drift. It does not dip below $2,000 very often. These cards have been running. And why do I say these cards have been running? Well, here's why I'm excited. PSA 8, I am fine with the PSA 8 grade for this particular card, especially in light of this sale, which I'm about to show you, which just took place on January 3rd. So 4 days prior to my PSA 8 purchase, the PSA 10 sold for $22,000. So to go from $22,000 in a PSA 10, and yes, I know there is a grade premium. Trust me, if anybody knows, I do. But this is about 1/10, 1/11 of the price, 9% of the price for the same card. Give me the PSA 8. I'm going to check that box on my Cajun Cardboard hierarchy poster, and I'm going to move along to the next Platinum Medallion. So I've picked up a couple of platinum medallions in the last 30 days, and I am super happy about that, including a legacy collection as well, which you may or may not have seen on the channel. So 1980, I'm happy to pick up the card for under $2,000 in the PWCC weekly auction. Next, we got a 2003 Ultimate Collection LeBron jersey, PSA 10. This is a serial number to 200 jersey card, 2,310. And here's the other foil sticker that I warned you guys about. We were going to see again. This is the sticker, the Panini foil sticker from '92 that most people are familiar with, the number 102. The MVP foil is actually significantly lower pop. It's pop 12. This 1992 Panini sticker, where can I find this? There it is. It's a pop 53, so 4 times as many out there. And this one's had some interesting results. Last night, somebody got a nice little steal here. In my personal opinion, it's down 29% over the last year. The sale before this was $3,500, which would have been a high for the last 12 months. And this one goes for only $2,370, which is the second lowest sale of the last 12 months. So who really knows what's going on with the 1992 Panini sticker number 102? If we scroll this thing out to 2 years, it's just a bunch of crazy up and downs. I mean, these are big swings. $1,000 here, and then, you know, you're $1,000, and then you know 4 months later you're $3,383. Like, that's almost 4x, and then it goes even higher, and then it comes all the way back down to $1,800, and then it goes all the way back up, and then it goes all the way back down. I don't know what's happening on that Panini foil sticker. You guys can go check it out on your own, but congrats to whoever picked it up, because I think they picked it up on a downswing, and you know, if we're gamblers, next one's going to go over 4,000. Who the hell knows? 98 Skybox EX Century Kevin Garnett Essential Credentials, a gorgeous, gorgeous card. A huge pickup for any Kevin Garnett super collector, or maybe a set collector. You never know. This is a pop 6, the Credential Futures Garnett. 9 is a very high grade for this card. Very, very high grade. That's about as good as you can do on these. Serial number to 78 does 2520. We've got a Jalen Green Rookie Ticket Auto Color Match Red Shimmer. This is serial numbered 5 out of 5. Very small serial number. Rockets are doing some things. Rockets, I've been saying this. They were the laughing stock of the league, just like the Pistons are this year, but there was a little bit of talent underneath there. It's a pretty good starting lineup. If they can get Tari Eason healthy and in that starting lineup, I think they're going to be better. Go to LSU Tigers. 2,640 for this Jalen Green PSA 10 Rookie Ticket Red Shimmer Auto. We got 2 Bird Magic autographs in a row. First, we've got a Card 6 Auto 9 for 2,640, and then we've got a Card 5 Auto 10 for 2,640. Now, here's my question. Again, I'm not an autograph guy, but would you rather the 6-9 or would you rather the 5-10? Based on my conversations with people who do actually know something about autograph cards, I think I would lean towards the 510. But again, you know, this card, if you took the autographs off, does look significantly better centered. It does have the horizontal black print mark. This one doesn't, but this one's much, you know, more poorly centered. So I don't know what's going on there. 2640. It's funny that they ended at the same price. Let me know which of those 2 cards you would rather have if you were going to put that card into your collection. 2020 Steph Black Gold. These are serial number to only 5. It's card number 1 out of 5. Math nerds around the world are rejoicing, throwing a celebration because it's card number 1. First ever. 2,760 for that Black Gold PSA 9 Steph Curry from 2020. I like the price on this one. This is interesting. It's graded authentic with a 10 for the auto, and I know why it's graded authentic, because whoever put this card and sent it to PSA looked at it. These things are impossible to grade. Noir cards, they grade horribly. So somebody's like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to put it in authentic slab. I know the autograph's clean, and I like that move. I do. I've done that move on some cards from the 90s that I just know PSA or BGS are going to just beat up and murder. 2,880 for a really good looking noir patch autograph, serial number to 99. What many would consider the true RPA slash 99 is considered true RPA by most people in the hobby. I'm not necessarily on the same page. We've got a PSA 4 Jordan with 4 really bad corners, but pretty decent centering for a 4. This one does $3,000, and then the Steph Curry 2009 Panini. Panini used to make a product called Panini. That's it, and this is it. 2009, number 357. It is an autograph. Yes, it's an autograph. You have to look directly at Steph Curry's testicles to see the autograph, and even then, you've got to stare through his testicles to see the autograph. It's right here. You just got to believe me. 3,120 for that PSA 10 Steph Auto. Doesn't seem like a lot of money. Again, that's not exactly the product on the top of people's lists, but it is a Pop 5 only in PSA 10. And then let's get to a Jordan. This is one of two maximum metals. There were two maximum metal Jordans, the 95 and the 96. The 95 was, they look nothing alike. The 95 metal, maximum metal insert Jordan is a really cool die cut with the chain net rim in the background. I think it's a chain net rim. Maybe I'm wrong. And then it's got the gold. It's got the earth behind him. And it's just a really good looking card. $3,240. That's our sale price. Let's check it out. First of all, it's a Pop 40 card. If you look at the Pop report, it's tough, 4% gem rate. You're not going to get a good grade on this one, despite the fact that the die cuts are sort of rounded for the most part. It's not jagged like the Superstar. It's not jagged like the Triumvirates. So you would think it would grade a little bit better, but over 1,200 submitted and only 51 gems for BGS and only 40 for PSA. So you're talking about 4% gem rate for PSA. Good Lord, Pop 40. That's low for a sought-after Michael Jordan insert from the 90s. This card's doing things, and it did things last night. The card is up. If you go starting point to ending point, prior to last night, the card was down over the last year, okay? But if you include last night's sale, now it's up 62%. So that's one of those things where when you're looking at these graphs, you can't just scroll over here and look at 62%. It doesn't tell the whole story. The story wasn't what this card's done over the last year. The story is what this card did in comparison to the last 2 or 3 or 4 comps. It's way up from those. This is a huge sale for this card. 3,240 is a huge number. Congratulations to the seller of that card last night. I can't remember, but this was probably in the acquire filter. So you guys can go look that up. 3,240 for that maximum metal is a big sale. And then this is the biggest of the cards, I think, if I recall, that I won last night. The 1995 Hoops Skyview PSA 10. Again, miserable card to grade. Alien Jordan. If you guys know the story about this card, it's the Alien Jordan card where it just doesn't even look like Michael Jordan. It's like they took Sam Cassell's face and then distorted it and then made him darker and then they attached it to Michael Jordan's body. But this is the Hoop Skyview. Much more difficult pack odds than people I think tend to realize. In a PSA 10, I picked it up for $3,240. Here we go. I did pay a premium over the last 2 comps, but I'm under the 2 comps before that. So again, happy to pay that. This is one of those rare situations where I didn't put in a mega bid because I didn't necessarily need the card. I own the card in a BGS 9.5, and for whatever reason, I felt like a PSA 10 was what I needed to have. So it's very rare that I do this, and I wouldn't have done it if it was $4,500, but at the price that I picked it up at, I was happy to do it. It's a PSA Pop 51. If you look at the Pop report, you're talking about a 16% gem rate for PSA. Like I said, I have the BGS 9.5 for $1,900, and there's twice as many. And so I paid less than twice as much. And so for that reason, it made sense for me to pick up the PSA 10, especially the clean copy that I saw last night. So I decided to pick this one up, and I will move that BGS 9.5. It is for sale. It will probably appear in the aforementioned Cajun cardboard filter on February 18th. Just FYI, be on the lookout for that BGS 9.5 Skyview being sold. Next, we got a Tim Duncan BGS 9 Playmakers, and I want to talk a little bit about this card because this is the second year Tim Duncan, right? His rookie was in 1997. This is a BGS Pop 2. There are 5 graded higher BGS 9.5s apparently. This one does not have a serial number, not embossed, and it's missing a serial number. That's a big deal, okay? And I hope that the person that bid on this card knows that. That's a really big deal. That means bankruptcy sheets or backdoor copies or sheet cut or whatever. I'm not getting into all that crap. I don't know all that, but you should definitely do your research. Without the serial number, without the embossing, this card does $34.80. That is a huge number. So you're looking at 2 that sold before it in lower grades that did have serial numbers. If we sort by price, and I've just plugged in Playmakers Theater 1998 Duncan, the card that sold last night was the 4th highest ever sold, and I'm going to go out on a limb. I don't think that the person paid attention to the listing. I don't think it was a good buy to buy that card that's not serial numbered and not embossed. That's not the Playmakers Theater. It's just not. And so, again, I'm probably losing a friend and a subscriber, but comment below. Let me know if I'm crazy to pay the 4th highest price ever paid for a Tim Duncan Playmakers Theater, and it's not serial numbered and it's not embossed. I just don't think that was a good buy. So I guess congrats to the seller. Next to that, we've got the 97 Triumvirate Luminous T1B PSA 10 Jordan. It sells for $3,600. That, of course, is the base version. Luminous, luminescent, illuminator. In that order of rarity, in that order of value, in that order of scarcity, in that order of awesomeness. 1997 Rave Reviews BGS 9 Jordan does $3,720. And again, I don't know if you guys have ever heard this, but I think initially this card was meant to be die cut, and it was going to be die cut like a biatch. Everywhere you see black on the edges, right here and right here and right here and right there, those were supposed to be die cut. Boy, would that have been a cool card. It's already an amazing card. It always reminds me of the video game Cubert from the 90s. I don't know if you guys remember that. I've been actually playing that on an arcade system that I have at the house in the back room, in the game room with my kids. They love Cubert. It's a little creature with legs, and he looked like a little furry ball, but he had no arms, so he would just jump around, and you had to jump on these little blocks, and it was kind of 3D and ahead of its time. $3,720 for that after that digression. We got another Jalen Green. This is Jalen Green's National Treasures. Again, slabbed, authentic only, 10 for the autograph, which is starting to become more of a trend in the hobby where people care more about the autograph, they care more about the card necessarily than the grade, and submitters are frightened of the grades that they would get back from PSA on a thick RPA card from National Treasures. $3,840 for that Jalen Green. Where is Jalen Green? Is he an all-star? Is he gonna just end up being a bucket getter off the bench? As his career kind of unfolds, is he efficient enough to be that ultra super two guard that we thought he was gonna be? He's got electrifying athleticism. Needs to get more efficient. He looks to be taking a little bit of a step forward this year over last year as far as that goes. The Jordan Crunch and Munch. Great name, right? Crunch and Munch. That's what she said. 1985 star, number 4, Jordan. It's a PSA 8 to Pop 8. Let's pull it up. I think I have this card pulled up. I thought I did. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so in a PSA 8, remember PSA just started grading this card, so in a PSA 8, you're only going to see sales from 22, 23, 24, and in this case, only from 2023 and 2024. Cards only sold 4 times ever. I've got this one sorted by price. Somebody picked it up last night for the cheapest it's ever sold for, so congrats to the buyer. $4,100, $3,950, $3,840, so not exactly a steal, but I think that's a good pickup for the buyer. It's a Pop 8 card, so I like that pickup, especially if that person's trying to collect all the star cards in PSA 8. That would be a task, right? That would be a very expensive task. We got a Tyrese Halliburton Flawless Gold Rookie Patch Auto, serial number to 10, BGS 8.5, 10 for the autograph. Tyrese Halliburton, as good as it gets. He's on that short list of the next, I say just next, right? Massive mega point guards. SGA, Fox, Tyrese Halliburton, Tyrese Maxey. There are probably some other guys that are sniffing around trying to get on that list, like a Darius Garland, a couple other guys. But pure lead points, Tyrese Halliburton, Fox, SGA, Maxey's trying to knock the door down and get in that group. $3,960 for that one. And then we've got a banger. You guys know this. This is my favorite design of any Jordan card from the 90s. Number 1 on my list, the Warp Speed. The tongue is out. The Concorde 11s are on. It's got freaking space shit going on in the background. It's an absolutely awesome card. And if I click it and show you the back, it's a problem, for lack of a better word, to grade the back. It's the back that's the issue. So that means this PSA 10 is a low pop card. I don't remember off the top of my head, but let's find it. Here we go. Pop 50. Yikes. It is a gem rate of 4% for PSA. 4% for Beckett. Not the rarest card in the world. It's been graded over 1,500 times, but there's only a combined 72 gems, only 50 PSA 10s. Let's go back and look at the chart. Interesting stuff over the last year. Somebody really liked the card at 7,777. But if we take that card out, we take that sale from August 7th of this year out, it's a pretty stable graph that we'd be looking at. 3,600. 4,600, 4,200, 4,500, 4,000, 4,300, dips to 3,360, and then this one jumps almost $1,000 back to 4,320. This is a great Jordan insert card from the 90s, especially in PSA 10. That is an awesome pickup for that buyer. Congrats to whoever picked that card up. I hope it was a friend of mine and a viewer of the channel. Up 19% over the last year. technically. Another Jordan 10 that's just miserable to find, right? People talk about the Star Power Supreme PSA 10, or just generally speaking, Star Power Supreme gets all the attention, right? That's the most difficult pack odds version of this particular insert parallel. The Star Power, there's a Star Power base, of course, which is a little bit easier to pick up and significantly less expensive. And then there's this monster right here that just sits squarely in the middle child, the Star Power Plus from 1997 Ultra. This PSA 10 goes for $4,560. Here it is. If you want to see it up close, it's just a banger, man. It's just an awesome looking card. There's no way around it. Typically, the issue on this card is this blue streak right here, and even running into the yellow star, flakes. It comes off. The surface literally chips off and peels off. Trust me, I know. I've got one with that part missing. It is a pop 37, sucks to grade, 11% gem rate. I would have guessed lower. It's only been graded about 500 times combined between the big two. But look at this. In the last year, this pop 37 card's only sold 2 times. And it's sold for $35.49, and then it jumped $1,000 to $45.60. So 28% growth rate for that card. Congrats to the seller on that card. But I think congrats to the buyer, because that's one that you put in your pocket for Cajun eternity. The PSA 10 Chrome LeBron, never heard of it. $4,680 there. The 1989 sticker Jordan PSA 10. You want to see a tough card to grade? And here's why. You want to see a card that has just dog mess centering left, right, and top to bottom. This is a card that the centering on this card, left to right and top to bottom, is absolutely terrible. To be honest with you, this card's tilted a little bit in the slab, but it makes it look like it's diamond cut. But again, left to right centering, top to bottom centering, all miserable. I've got it pulled up. I just wanted to show you. There's your gem rate. Look, I'm going to highlight it for you. 0.56%. What a miserable card to grade. Is it rare? Not exactly. It's been graded 15,000 plus times by PSA. There are 84 PSA 10s. So you're talking about a card that is I think it's 1 in 11 pack odds, just like 86 and 87 and 88. I'm not sure about that, but it's in the Cajun Cardboard hierarchy pack odds list on the back of the posters. By the way, Cajun Cardboard Michael Jordan hierarchy posters are still available. All you have to do to get 1, 2, 3, 12, 40 posters is message me on Instagram. You cannot miss me. I make myself very easy to find. Cajun Cardboard on Instagram. Just go find me and message me if you're interested in a Cajun Cardboard hierarchy poster. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you're new to the channel and this is your first time hearing the phrase Cajun Cardboard's Michael Jordan hierarchy, then go click the playlist that's called Cajun Cardboard's Michael Jordan hierarchy. Start from the very beginning and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're looking to collect Michael Jordan cards, I think it will be a great way to kind of begin your journey. It's not the way to do it, but it shows you numerous ways to do it. Anyway, getting back to the card, despite the fact there's 84 of them, the cards, excuse me, I'm still fighting this cough from that flu. It's turning into bronchitis, as the Spanish speakers say, bronchitis. 3 sales in the last 1 year, 4,444, 4,500, 4,590. So I think we can safely assume we sort of know what this card's worth. All right, let's move on. Amari Stoudemire, Logo Man, 1 of 1, patch auto, 4,920 from 2021. Flawless, working our way up towards the top. We got a LeBron and a Yao, right? There was a time where those two guys overlapped, and they weren't exactly rivals or anything because Yao was the nicest dude in the world, but Yao was a man mountain. I was blessed enough to see Yao's first game in Houston, sitting courtside. Really a pleasure to watch him play because he made the game real easy. Being 7'5" makes the game real easy. 7'5", 350 pounds, that is. 2004 SP game used, authentic, serial numbered to 50, on-card, autograph, and patch. 2-color patch for Yao, napkin for LeBron. 9.9 does 4,920. And then we're back to the Playmakers Theater. Guess what? Not embossed, missing a serial number. So just like the Duncan, same thing with this Shaq. But let's go back and check it out. Let's just take out Duncan and let's plug in Shaquille and we can look at this one. What did it sell for last night? $5,040. We've got it pulled up. That's the second most ever paid. And guess what? Serial numbered. I don't know about this one because it doesn't say. Serial numbered, serial numbered, serial numbered, serial numbered. You know, you got to work your way all the way down here to 2020 where this might be the same card. Who knows? Not embossed, missing serial number. Card number 185, cert number. Card number 185, cert number. So what do you know? Here we go. So this is where it gets kind of fun to go back and do some research. And this is what Card Ladder is great for. The card sold in 2020 for $416. The exact same card in the exact same slab last night sold for $5,040. So there's your 10x plus. Congratulations to the seller on that. Again, I'm not a buyer. If it's a card that's meant to have a serial number, if it's one of these Playmaker Theaters that's supposed to be embossed, and it's not. It's supposed to be serial number to 100. It's not. If it's a Take It to .net that's supposed to have a serial number to 1,000, and it doesn't. I'm just not a buyer. I'm not going to buy the JV version when the varsity version's available, and I'm not paying varsity prices for JV card. I'm not doing it. Cornerstones, Luka Doncic, where he's the happiest man in the world. I got to zoom in on this. I'm sorry. I just want you guys to see what I see. That is the silliest, dumbest looking card I've ever seen in my life. But again, I know it's rare. I know it's a case hit. I know people like the downtowns, but that is stupid looking. I am sorry. That makes Luka Doncic look like an idiot. So I don't know if he gave Panini permission to put that into the Cornerstones product, but that PSA 10 does $5,520, believe it or not. This is the chronology is, I don't know a ton about it, but the Upper Deck chronology kind of card line is something that's always fascinated me because I just love these cards. I know they're miserable to grade. This is an 8.59 for the autograph LeBron. It's serial number to 99 and it does 6,300. Next to that, we got a Jordan 8. It's a way off center, does 6,600. I'd say that's a weak 8. Off center, top to bottom, off center, left to right. Corners and edges must be perfect because that thing got an 8. And if I'd have submitted that card to PSA today, it would come back a 3. That's just based on my experience. 6,600 for that 8. And then we've got a Steph patch auto, which you know I don't talk about those. 8,100. Steph patch auto, I don't talk about those. This is weird. What am I looking at here? It's a very, very, very off center BGS 9.5. Maybe the most off-center 9.5 I've ever seen in my life. 8,700 for this card, and there's a patch up here in the top right. I have heard about this where you can infuse patches, and Beckett will put a patch of whatever you want in the top right corner. I don't know what I'm looking at. Will somebody please let me know in the comments what the hell is going on here? Maybe if we click it, it'll explain what's going on. No, it doesn't even talk about it. You can just see it, but like patch on the back, patch on the front. No, subgrades are on the back, which makes me think it was an older card. It is a Kobe rookie, and again, when it's blown up like this, you can see what I'm talking about. That it's noticeably off center, left to right, and that is usually the issue on these 96 finest golds. This card sold for $8,700. I'm not going to look at the comps because it's got a weird little patch thing up there. Lynchpins 9 Jordan does $9,900. This is a Pop 13 card. There are only 8 higher. But I want you guys to see something, right? 9,900. If I pull this card up, I wanted to start with the pop report. It's a hard card to gem, 12%. But I wanted to show you that 9,900 sale is significantly higher. That's $2,200 almost higher than a BGS 9.5 copy of the card. That doesn't seem right to me. Does that seem right to you guys? Let me know if I'm crazy about that. I don't mind the 9 pushing a BGS 9.5, but that seems odd to me that it would, be $2,200 more than a 9.5. That is really unusual, and that is a huge jump over the last year. My God, this card's up 40% in PSA 9 over the last year with 2 consecutive upward sales, 7,100 to 9,300 to 9,900. If we look at the 9.5, it's actually down 41% over the last year. Same card, relatively similar grades. I would take a 9.5 over a PSA 9 any day, all day, every day, even on twice on Sunday. Pop 26 BGS 9.5. We saw the gem rate was 23% or somewhere thereabouts, but give me the 9.5. It's down almost 40% since 1 year ago, all day long, every day. Next, we got a 1996 Skybox EX 2000 credentials. These were serial numbered to 499. Diamond cutting being the primary culprit on these. This BGS 9 does $11,100. That seemed extreme to me. Let's look it up. Here we go. It's a Pop 19. It has jumped from 9,600 to 11,100. Only 2 sales over the last 2 years. A very, very tough card to grade. If we look at the Pop report, your gem rate's going to suck. 3.9%, 1.5%. There's only 4 gems out there, so that leaves only 34 next best scenarios, right? PSA 9s and BGS 9s. The PSA 9, 16,000. The BGS 9, 11,100. And you saw that $11,100 sale last night. So that's a card that looks like is on the rise, albeit it is a small sample size. We got one of those star Steph Curry patch autos, 11,700 for that PSA 9. There is a 10 for the autograph. And then we got a Jordan Scoring Kings. Boy, has this card been on an interesting an interesting path the past 2 years. I own a copy of this card. I own the entire set in PSA 10, which I think is only 2 sets worldwide out there. Somebody can comment if they have a set as well. But it's not the Jordan that's hard to find. There's 97 of those. But look at this Jordan chart over the last 2 years. And if we go back even further, this card tipped over to 20,000. I'm almost positive. I just want to make sure I'm not nuts. What's the highest price? 21,600. So this is what the chart looks like. Let's go to the last 2 years again. So even going back the last 2 years, 15,600. The card dipped all the way down below 10,000 to $8,000. Somebody picked it up for $8,000. Then the card went on a run over the course of about a year to $17,000. It looked like it was coming back to where it was in 2021. And then the card has since then sold 3 times. It went from $17,000 to $14,600, which is a big drop, to 11, which is a crazy drop. And then somebody's like, 11's too low. And now it's back to 11,700. 97 is not a low population for a Jordan insert from the 90s. It's just not. By anybody's standard, if you collect Jordan 90s inserts and parallels, 97 is not a low pop card. But the demand for this card, the aesthetics of this card, the nostalgia for this card, the really kind of one of the cards that started it all, along with the Beam Team and maybe the 93 Finest Refractor, that's kind of what started the craze. That started kind of what started the mania and the stuff that I'm, mired in the middle of right now with the Jordan Hierarchy Project. Let's get to the top 3 cards, and this is them. It's Jordan, Steph, and Jordan. And the Jordan that finished number 3 was a cut above, BGS 9.5. I'm lucky enough to own the same card, same grade, albeit my subs are different. These subs are exceptional. This is a Gem Plus copy, and I don't know if you happen to catch Instagram, but Adam Gray put out a reel explaining that a Gem Plus copy of the 9.5 was a very, very rare piece indeed, and this is a beautiful specimen right here. I like to use the word specimen when referring to cards. It makes me sound smarter. This cut above from 1996 EX 2000, BGS 9.5 Gem Plus does $12,000. I've got it right here. Here it is in the Card Ladder database. That is up 48% over the last year alone. And again, some odd, trajectory on this graph. Was an $8,000 card back here in January of this year. That's this year, right? That's almost exactly 1 year ago. It was an $8,000 card, jumped all the way to $19,000 in August, right? 8 months later. Then comes all the way down to $9,945. So sold for $10,000 less here. And then somebody last night decided to click it and up to $12,000. So I don't know. I don't know what the card's worth. Luckily, I don't give a damn because I'm holding on to mine for quite a long time. But what do you guys think about this chart? That's a huge card, man. This is a very, very big Jordan card. There are a lot of fakes out there. That's a big concern. This one looks to have some fur right here, so I'm surprised it's a Gem Plus copy right there in the middle of that saw blade. But, and again, I'm not an expert on fakes and reels and all that stuff, but there are fakes that are in PSA and BGS Lab. That is a fact. I know for a fact that, well, if it's not a fact now, it has been a fact in the past. And the inside of the saw blades, not necessarily the saw blades themselves, but the inside area of the saw blades is the best way to spot a fake. But again, I'm not an expert. Before you ever buy this card, even in a slab, please go consult the experts. And I'm not saying this one's a fake by any stretch. I would assume it's a real one, but I don't know. I don't know how to spot a real or a fake. I just wanted to throw it out there. Always buyer beware. Exquisite collection. This is the serial number to 31 parallel. It is, I think there's a couple of different autograph exquisite collection 2009 rookies for Steph Curry, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, I'm not an expert. This one sells for $14,400. It is Stephen as Davidson uniform, serial number to 31, card number 7 out of 31. And then the card that wins it all is the card that we see sell almost every day. It's a PSA 9, right? It's the next best thing to the PSA 10 or the BGS 9.5. It's the PSA 9 Jordan copy, and it sold for $14,400. Let's go ahead and pull it up. If the PSA 9 86 Fleer is going to win this auction, let's just go ahead and pull it up. And here it is. It's a pop Hold on. It's a pop 2,966 card. And if you're out there and you're like, why in God's name is somebody paying $14,000 for a card that is pop 2,966? It's because there's 2.9 million people that want the damn thing. And they can't get the PSA 10 because it costs 3 Teslas. And so they've got to buy the PSA 9 copy because that's the next best PSA grade. Remember, we're hyper focused on quantity, supply, pop reports. Yes, but demand is a big factor. The Michael Jordan 86 Fleer rookie card is the most in-demand basketball card in the world. Period. End of story. Anybody who tells you otherwise is not telling you the truth. I'm not saying it's the best Michael Jordan card. God knows it's not. It is. I'll even tell you, it is not the best Michael Jordan card in the world. But it is the most demanded Michael Jordan card in the world, especially if you throw out grade. There are more people looking to put this card in one grade or another into their collection than any other card in the world, period, fact, end of story. It is what it is. So 2,966 is a very high population, but just remember there's like probably 290,000 people trying to get the card, and so that's what's driving the price. It's about flat, down 6% over the last 3 months, really not the end of the world. It's real hard because these all look so different. If you look at it over a month, it's up 5%. So I would just assume that this card has kind of found out where it belongs right now, at least for the time being. You know, it's a $14,000 to $16,000 to $18,000 card, just depending on how exceptional your PSA 9 copy is. That does it, guys. That was an awesome recount. Again, I do want to remind you, February 18th is going to be a big one where Cajun Cardboard is going to be kind of infused into the PWCC. You guys know I am a PWCC affiliate member. Okay, affiliate partner. So PWCC pays me to try to drive traffic to PWCC to buy or sell your sports cards. I would not endorse them if I did not use the product myself. That is PWCC Weekly and Premier is an integral. It is an indispensable. It is an integral part of how I curate my collection. I buy cards on the PWCC Weekly. Obviously, as you can see, they're immediately uploaded into my PWCC Vault, which is the hub. It is where my collection resides, right? I think at night, it's almost like night at the museum where my cut above Jordan 9.5 talks to my red PMG Jordan, which I wish was a 9.5, but it's a BGS 8. I believe that they communicate at night, like at night at the museum. They come alive and they talk. They're in the same vault. I've been there. I've visited it. It is first class. It is best in class. It is impressive. It is as safe and secure as it gets. It's even more secure than my game room at my house in a residential suburb in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Can you believe that? There's actually an armed guard that opened the door to let me in with my PWCC guys when I went on a tour up in Oregon a couple months ago, which was awesome and eye-opening. And it just confirmed what I already knew. True professionals, best in class. It is definitely the place for me. It may not be the place for you. In fact, guess what? Vaulting may not be the place for you. But if you are considering vaulting for security, for safety, for just inventory management, just to curate your collection and sort of keep tabs on what you have and to make it easier to get in and out of cards and consolidate and deconsolidate, whatever it is you're doing, everybody collects differently. I would at least consider the vault for some of your cards. I would also consider buying and selling on PWCC. If you are considering selling cards on PWC weekly auctions like we just saw tonight, did you know you could sell raw cards? Yes. Did you know you could sell graded cards? Yes. Did you know you could just send cards to the vault and put them in your vault like I do and not sell them because that's where you keep your cards in your collection? Yes, you can do that too. If you're going to do that, if you're going to submit cards and ship them out to Oregon, if you have any questions, you can always message me about it. I will give you the truth for better or worse because I've used PWCC Vault. I've used the auctions. I will tell you the truth. I've always done that, and I pledge to you to continue to do that in the future. So I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. And yes, I get paid by these people, but I will still tell you the truth. When they screw something up, I tell you, guess what? That was not a Luka Doncic sensational signatures. I'm drawing attention to it. That's the only way they're going to get better. And again, PSA got it wrong as well. So you can always message me on Instagram if you have any questions about it. But if you're going to submit cards to sell on the PWCC weekly auction, please do me a favor. It's no skin off your back. When you make that submission, and it's so easy, I've got videos on here showing you how to do it. Use the promo code Cajun, all caps, CAJUN. A little fraction of your sales price doesn't come out of your pocket. It comes out of PWCC's pocket and comes to support the Cajun Cardboard channel. If you're buying cards on PWCC, on this weekly auction, on the Premier auction, did you know you could support the Cajun Cardboard channel buying as well? Go into my YouTube description, click on the affiliate link, and then when you go through that link, you just go straight to your auction search, and then a little chunk of your purchase price comes out of PWCC's pocket, comes back here to support the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel. So in a nutshell, it's my job to use my big mouth down here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to try to drive traffic to the PWCC selling and buying platform, and I think it's best in class. I love it. It's the primary place where I buy cards now. It used to be eBay. I used to buy everything on eBay, and now I very rarely buy cards on eBay. I like to look at the PWCC weekly auctions and do my damage there because I don't have to worry about shipping or any of that stuff, and I just use my funds that are held on account. You don't need to pay to be a member of PWCC. You can open a vault for free. If you're interested in learning more about it, just message me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this auction. Again, it's really cool. They're starting to do some filters in here with special stuff, and you'll see some cool stuff with Cajun Cardboard involved in the Michael Jordan Hierarchy project in February. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. We just started 2024. I love it. I've got good vibes right now. I feel really good about 2024. I can't wait to show you guys what I picked up in this auction last night in this mail day that's going to probably go public on Saturday. First week or second week of January. 2024 is going to be great. I'm a positivity pumper. Screw you if you don't like it. It is what it is. I think the hobby's in a great place. I think we found the floor. I think we've stabilized. I think people are starting to use logic in the hobby and make better decisions. And notwithstanding some of the cards that we saw in this auction today. But thank you guys as always for watching. Again, hierarchy posters are still available. If you're interested, just message me on Instagram. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby, and peace.